What's up, everybody? Turn the music down a little bit. I like that. All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. I'm just doing some prep work, some Sonic for Hire animating. I haven't done it in a while, so getting back into it. But I guess I also got to get some artwork prepped for a sponsor this week on the channel. So I got to do some artwork. And that's probably it. I'm going to just animate for a little bit and then do some drawing and chat it up with you good folks. What's up, Lewis? Yes, you can hire Sonic. Sure. Let me get these comments up here. I don't know if you can see these. Can you see these? Let's see. I don't know where they're supposed to be at. There we go. Some little comments in the corner. I got to wake up a little bit. All right. I'm back from vacation. When's the next episode of Sonic for Hire coming out? I do not know just yet. I've been really slammed with other work stuff and just other like dorkly bits kind of things, so it's been tough to like keep the production consistent, but all the episodes are almost written, not completely written. The last one is not written yet. God, this file is a mess, but I hate this. So unorganized. Sorry. It's got to work on the last episode, the script for the last episode, and then all these other episodes are in some form of production, one way or the other. Oh shit! I lost that thing. So it'll be a while. Ideally, I want to get these out as soon as possible because it just kind of like looms large over my schedule, and then I'm like, oh crap, I kind of forgot about it. And also too, I would like to get it all done so that I can start on Morty Combat Season 2. So it's all in progress. Right now I'm just doing this is kind of the last thing I left off on a while back, but a little bit of set decoration in Sonic and Tails' room. Like their other dorm room. So last time, this was a while back, I was just grabbing some props and stuff from other episodes to kind of decorate the room. And now I'm just doing a little bit of set dressing. What's up, Christian, Benicio, Twilight Sparkle? Thanks, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. So that looks pretty good. I don't know if you guys can hear the audio here, but what is this? References. Get that out of there. So this is what the shot would look like. Anyway, let me get rid of the animatic stuff. And why is that there? Hang on. Oh, that's also that. All right, cool. Too many layers. That happens really fast. Yeah, this is Max Mongus. This is episode, what is it, 10? Yeah, episode 10. And the Where Sonic makes an appearance in this episode. Benicio did you know Sonic .exe mod? No, I haven't. I don't. I'm familiar with Sonic EXE, but the mod in general, all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't really know too much about modded games, any of that kind of stuff. All right, there's that. And then when you see, let's go of that. Where is it still there? It is, okay. There. Let me do this. What I'm trying to do here, I don't like how this right here. Why is this its own thing? Is this part of? I don't like how this. Oh, okay. I don't need to do that. Sorry. I don't like how fast this mop bucket goes. I don't think I need it here anymore. It goes too fast and you lose it because it goes behind tails. So I want to slow that down. That's way too big of a jump there. So I'm gonna get it there at least. Yeah, I know the you're talking about like the creepypasta Sonic EXE, right? Or what is that? EYX? Or is that a typo? What's up, Therial? Why is that bouncing back? All right, that goes there. I don't like the way this is set up. Hang on. Clear keys. So once Sonic is up there, it's like his own thing now. So I can just, this is like animated inside here, I think. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Break that up. I'll animate this by myself. Okay, cool. Hey, Lewis. No, this is Adobe Animate or Flash, as I always call it. Now that's going too slow. Deltarune spoilers. I haven't played Deltarune. I don't know. I keep seeing that it's like popular now, right? I'm like out of the loop with any of that stuff. Ethereal, who's going berserk next? We have I have like a half-baked script idea for Kirby. The problem with Kirby going berserk is he's already a well-established psychopath in the Sonic for Hire universe. But that's like separate from Dorkly, basically. So we could still do it. So, but still, I think he's going to be the next one to kind of go crazy. And I have like a general idea of what's going to happen there. I hate this. What the fuck is happening with this? Why is this doing this? I feel like it's fucking glitching out on me here. Like, I just animated that. I just need to... No, get rid of that. Okay, I know what I need to do. That needs to just go back to where it was because this is on 2s. Sorry. Okay. What I'm doing here, this is a shot animated by somebody else. I didn't animate this shot. So what I normally do is I will go through each shot and just fix up little things, kind of finish them up as I go. And everybody kind of sets up files a little bit differently. This one's set up a little bit wonky. So I'm just trying to get it in order here. It's still not fucking looking right. It looks like it's... Okay, so now Tails is moving his head too soon. How do I think... Would it just be him sucking up the universe, pretty much. But it's like I mean, that's kind of the only way you can go, where he just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But it's like the fun jokes inside there. What's up, Bloodbath? What am I saying here? Square Lukester. Any chance Dorkly Lowbrow Studios doing a Clock Tower parody now that Clock Tower's 30th anniversary is coming up? Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. Let me just look at Clock Tower. Oops, that's not. I'm not super familiar with Clock Tower, but I'm not super familiar with a lot of games. I never really played it, so I don't fully know the ins and outs of it, but it's always worth checking out because I know that's a popular game. So yeah, always a possibility. All right, so now I got to do. I changed the timing of this thing going by, so now Tails' head is moving too soon. Like he's looking where it's going before it even gets past him, so I got to delay that. So that's easy enough to do. That's that right there. I just need to do something like that maybe, and then this, give that a little delay like that, and then just make sure this is the right head. That should be better. Yeah. Wait, now where's Sonic? Son of a bitch. He's there. And there. Is he also... I don't know who set this file up, man, but it's a little effed up. Is it because of this? Ooh, still waiting for your Bluey cameo. I don't know if that's happening anytime soon. Imagine you get some mushroom from Mario, it turns you into a giant. Yeah, I think the way we planned it out was like he starts out in his game. This is Kirby Goes Berserk, and then starts out in his game, and then he would. What do we have him do? I think like he eats something, gets kind of screwed up, and that sends him over to other worlds in other games. I think that's what kind of led to like me just doing that short of Kirby and other games a couple weeks back. It was sort of like a half-baked idea for that. So that might delay the Kirby Berserk one. I don't know. It was kind of the same sort of thing where it just goes from game to game for a little bit. But it might be a little bit different. But basically, like, he gets bigger and bigger and bigger. He eats like some crazy weapons and becomes more powerful. It might step on the toes of the Kirby and other games. Now that I think about it a little bit more, but you never know. All right, I think I fucked this up because... Okay, he lands there. Frame 13. All right. Yeah, I'm effing this all up. Let me do this. Okay, frame 13. Nope, that's 12. Okay. Ugh, what a fucking mess. This doesn't make any sense. Duplicate this. Get rid of that. All right, it disappears for a second here, so I gotta include. Can I just do this? Nope. What a mess. What is this? What is happening? All right, I don't like him standing here either. Need a survivor support group for all the characters that they didn't go on. Yeah, seriously. What's up, Strasbourg? Who is up for the busty anime girl Mario turned into? Skydiving, shows Red's parachute. Yeah. What was that? That was somebody's custom sprite, I think. Got to get that animated pitch perfect. What is happening, man? I don't know what is going on with these sprites here. Why do they have it like that? Ugh. Oh, this is happened so long ago. I don't fucking remember who did this and who's cleaning it up, but it's all right. We'll get it fixed. It's feeling a little bit better. Just push it back here. All right, let's see how this works. Good gravy. All right. Can you guys hear that audio coming from Flash? Like me, like Tails and Sonic and Tails talking there? If I played this through? I don't know if it shares my computer audio. Somebody let me know if you can hear that or not. It was just playing audio dialogue from the game. Okay, nothing? All right. I don't know how I can do that. All right. Usually the next step here that I'm going to do is kind of fix up. It's already lip synced, which is kind of a problem. So this right here is just like Sonic's head, and up here is his dialogue for the shot, and then it's lip synced here. Problem is, there's no expression changes. There's no blinks or anything like that. We have all these different expressions that we can swap out, like all this stuff here. All these different expressions that we can like switch in and out and stuff that we've made over the years. And they lip sync this. The problem is that they're kind of like tied to each other. So I'm just gonna have to delete this shit. Where in werewolf means man? Man wolf? Sonic signs up for Facebook. Sonic would have a Facebook account, like new to him, I think. Like, you know how Facebook's just like not cool anymore. It's been like that for a while. I feel like Sonic would just now be getting into Facebook. Everyone's like, why are you... He's like telling people about it like nobody else knew about it. So what I'm doing here, the line here is, whew, I am exhausted. So I have all these different expressions that I can do here. Not that, not the frame picker. So I got to swap out. It's a little bit antiquated here. Normally I'd put all these heads into one thing, but so he's like, whew, I am exhausted. So what I might do, we have two different wides. I might do like a bigger eyeball for whew, and then back to that. Maybe he's blinking the whole time here. So on this layer are his pupils, and then this is his head. So I can just do like a blink like that. Maybe he's got his eyes closed. I don't know why I have him looking back here this way. I don't really like that. I'll get rid of that. Hey, hello Lemon. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Say thanks for being a job for your animation thing. Watching Dorkly since I saw Mortal Kombat. Dorkly. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Always appreciated. Sonic and Friends would get kicked off of Blue Sky. Yeah, I feel like some terms of service would get violated pretty quickly. For some reason, I got a funny idea for a video. What do you got, Strasbourg? So this is where this little spot here is like exhausted. So probably be an expression change here. And then come back to normal here. So I can do. Let's see. It's got like these couple worried ones here. That one's too weird. I should have another one, but I guess I don't. That one's good. Force Rouge Bat to go skydiving and use a parachute. Oh wait, it got punched up here. 1 sec. Shows right on my parachute and then Rouge Pink heart on top of the parachute. Skydiving goggles. I wonder if she'd get engulfed by her own parachute like those funny parachute landing gags. That's good. I don't know enough about. I like that. I don't know enough about the other Sonic characters. I think I was talking about this before too. But there's like a treasure trove of stupid characters and stuff, or fun characters to mess around with. I was just more of like a, the Sega Sonic ones, like 1, 2, 3, whatever. And then by the time like all the expanded characters and stuff came out, I was like kind of not playing Sonic anymore after that. But there's a lot of goofy looking characters and they're all popular. So, all right, let's see if we got some better acting here. Let's see. And this timing is bad here. You think we like my idea? Would you make a video? Yeah, I mean, what would probably need to happen though, honestly, is like the videos need to be like a little bit bigger, like through line for like a joke to it. So like Rouge getting caught up in her parachute, there needs to be like a situation, like a bigger situation kind of around that. Sorry, 1 sec. So stupid. I'm gonna move this all over here. So time's up. Yeah, that's better. That's a better. All right, cool. This is feeling a little bit better now. Took a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of always the thing with like writing any sketch, a quick sketch, is getting what's called the game. What's up, Duke the Legend? Getting like the game of the sketch, kind of like the main joke or the premise of the sketch across. You want to try to get that across as early as possible, so you're not like dragging along, and then people kind of lose interest in what's happening. Sonic for Hire is different because it's a series, and you can kind of like play off of what happened before and others. DM, like, hey, what's up, DM? Where's the thumbnail? Should be in the thing. Hang on, let me see. There wasn't a thumbnail on YouTube? Are there any more animators or just you? No, we have other animators. For Dorkly, it's, for a long time, it was really just Alex animating stuff. Yeah, the thumbnail's there, so I'm not sure if we're talking about something else. Oh, where's Sonic? He is right here. There is a scene later on. I don't have it set up really. Let's see. I'm gonna have it here. This is where Sonic and stuff. He's playing basketball later, like Teen Wolf. But right now I'm in this shot here. I'm just fixing this up. What was I talking about? Oh, animators. So yeah, for a long time it was like Alex was doing Dorkly every week, and I run the studio. So like we have other clients and projects and things like that. So I'm like the studio director and kind of overseeing everything. But things are different now. Like downsized a ton a couple years ago, which really stunk. So there's less animators, but they're for projects like Dorkly, Alex and I split every other week. And then I'm still doing like overseeing the studio and stuff and client projects. And then it's more of like hiring freelancers per project, like as they're needed. So there's less like in-house animators than we used to have. Like at our peak, we had probably 4 in-house animators / like directors and stuff. We all kind of do different stuff. Yeah, Strasberg, I was saying before, I don't know if you missed it, like it does work, I think, to be a skydiver, but it kind of needs like a bigger joke, bigger story to become like a sketch. But it's a funny idea to like build something around, but that on its own, like you need more to kind of build a joke and story around for a sketch, like a one-off. But if that was to happen in like an episode of Sonic for Hire, that would work, because it's like sort of a one joke thing and you don't need a whole ton of setup and follow through. It's a funny visual. But you do need like the circumstances around, like why are they skydiving, that kind of thing. All right, so now I can do kind of the same thing that I was doing with Sonic for Tails. Where's Tails' stuff? There we go. All right. Why is this like this?
I don't like that.
At this rate, what happened to Lowbrow? Lowbrow is like, so it's a little bit confusing, for sure. Lowbrow's still a thing. Lowbrow is my studio. So like this studio here is Lowbrow Studios. We handle client work and stuff. That is like the official company. Dorkly is owned by Lowbrow. So any of the work that's coming out there is like, it says Dorkly on it, but it's like Lowbrow is making Dorkly stuff. So any client work that we have several client stuff going on right now. That's all through Lowbrow. Our Lowbrow YouTube channel, we're going to start doing some additional like YouTube shorts kind of stuff very soon. And probably posting some like of our podcast clips and stuff like that on YouTube, on our Lowbrow channel as like YouTube shorts as well. So it's still a thing. But like when we took over Dorkly, the Lowbrow YouTube channel, they're similar stuff. So we just wanted to put the focus into Dorkly instead. All right, so I'm going to clear that stuff. Clear. I'm just at this rate, Parker will voice everyone. I'm running out of voices, Ethereal Dragon. I've already run out of voices a long time ago. I think I need to like I don't know. I need to kind of study up some better voices. Like a bigger variety of voices or something. Just to change it up. Because I'm getting sick of my own voice. But what's nice is like a lot of the Dorkly stuff, you know, a lot of it can just be played as like my normal voice or one of the other like easier voices that I can do. And then we have a bunch of like our crew here that can jump in and do voices and stuff, like multiple different kinds of voices. So it helps a ton. Ever thought of creating your own Pokemon as a joke in Pokemon Logic? Duke the Legend, what do you mean? Like, like making our own like little Pokemon, little animal, little pocket monster ourselves? That would be funny. I think we did that a few years ago. We would live stream on Fridays here, and everybody here made me into a Pokemon. I think I don't know if it shows up on screen. Tiny here, Parkermon, and I was like this little. I look like a little Pikachu type dude, and just like an angry yelling boss guy. It was. He was very angry but very cute at the same time. Man of the USA Jones. How is the animation process there anyway? It's all very very fast. A lot of the stuff that we work on is like super fast turnarounds. So like for Dorkly's insanely fast. Like normally a script is done Sunday night or Monday. We're recording voices on Monday and it's done Thursday night to post to Patreon, and then it posts on YouTube that Friday. every once in a while we try to get ahead so that so it's not that crazy last minute rush. But it's hard to keep up like that. So Dorkly, it's like kind of built around, you know, what stuff do we have set up already that we can quickly repurpose, like reuse, you know. So if it's like we're using Sonic or we're using Mario or any of those kind of things, like Pac-Man, things like that, that's like we already have all the characters set up, you know, the world we have, so we'll write a script that fits into that, so that that's like easier to produce in a week if we have a particularly busy week doing other stuff. So that's like for our internal stuff, like Dorkly. For client work, we generally work like pretty fast turnarounds for that stuff too. But there's a little bit, you know, you can kind of like plan it out as like a proper production schedule. And that's just like part of client work in general. So you pitch a budget, you pitch a schedule, you talk about what kind of stuff that they want, you know, the look of it, all that kind of stuff. And then you tell them like how long it's going to take. Maybe an average short project might take anywhere from like 6 to 10 weeks or something like that, for all the proper steps and reviews. And then for longer stuff, it's all that same process, but just kind of built out on a longer timeline. And there's just like tons of little steps along the way and checks, and you got to check a bunch of stuff and make sure everything looks right, all that kind of shit. All part of the process. Lowbrow went somewhere? No, Lowbrow didn't go anywhere. We just stopped posting on our YouTube channel, but we're going to start posting again there real soon. Force the family to do voices. I mean, my brother Andy used to do voices all the time. He doesn't have a mic. He lives in Florida now, so it'd be a little bit tough. But like my dad did a voice, one voice. He was a stormtrooper in a college university episode. My sister, my brother-in-law did. I'm pretty sure my sister did too. I'm almost positive. So I've definitely, and my wife Holly's done voices for a long time for me. So yeah, I try to keep it a family affair. Let me change up this expression here. Yeah, Strasbourg. I like it, man. It's good. I don't know enough about Rouge the Bat or Rouge the Bat. Rouge the Bat. I don't even really understand the name. To write about, like, I need to know more about those characters and stuff. Or like, I don't know enough about those characters. Are there any editors? Yeah, depending on the project, the size of the project, we'll hire an editor, or but a lot of times it's me or it's Julia, our production manager. She knows how to edit as well. And a lot of times it's just like we'll edit either in like an animatic stage, so it's kind of locked before you get into like the final stages of stuff, or excuse me, or it's me putting the final cut together, so I'm just editing it as I go. But by that stage, in animation, it's a pretty tight edit at that stage anyway. So if you're editing and chopping things up late in the stage, there's problems with your production and stuff, which happens. But mostly we just, it's usually just myself, or, you know, if it's a bigger project, we'll bring in an editor. Like for the podcast, we have Justin Donaldson does our editing for that. I used to do it, and it just takes me too long, but he does it super quick. You guys gonna bring back Dorkly Original Get Over Here? I'd like to. The voices would be different, because those guys aren't at Dorkly anymore. They've got like full-time writing jobs in other places and stuff. One is Owen Parsons, and is the other one Murphy? I think the other one's Murph, who is like Dungeons and Dragons, Dimension 20 and stuff. So their schedules, they would be difficult to schedule. So the voices would be different, but that funny, corny sitcom stuff we could definitely do. I would just need to like make sure get a good premise and make sure it's funny and stuff. But I also just want to do Mortal Kombat Season 2, so. Yeah, it was, yeah, Mortal Kombat is probably my favorite thing, but ever thought of doing Chainsaw Man? That would be awesome. Are there Chainsaw Man sprites? That's kind of the big thing. Yeah, Tails is animating himself. That's weird. Just realized that. I don't know. I know of Chainsaw Man, but I don't know anything about like it's a comic, right? Anime? But if there's sprites or something, that'd be cool. That'd be funny. Let's see. I'm going to squint. Hang on. I'm trying to pick the right expression. Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. All right, cool. Is Sonic for Hire coming in 2025? Yeah, I mean, we released episode 9 like a few months ago. So, and this is episode 10, which is like, there's a lot of it's animated already. It just needs to be finished up, which is kind of the stuff I'm doing now, but it's just like finding the time to do it on top of all the other stuff that I do. All right, I think he needs to look away here again. Clear. Is the animation sometimes pixel or 2D or 3D? For Sonic for Hire and Dorkly, it's always pixel, which is 2D. We've only done a couple things that were kind of like a bigger production thing or a bigger, a lot more steps and a lot more planning for 3D stuff, but that was like years ago. I would love to do more 3D stuff. That's why I do like the kind of the machinima style, more recent games. But I am not a 3D animator, so like those are difficult to do. And 3D animation takes a lot more time. Will we see Skydiver Roach in the next episode? No, you won't. These episodes are written and stuff, so fitting that in there would be difficult. What's up, Nick? You've done a Sonic 34th birthday Dorkly bit. Yeah, I saw that comment earlier too with Sonic's 34th. When was that? Recently? I dropped the ball on that shit constantly. A lot of expression changes on here. Episode idea: Sonic new shoes. That would be. I had a similar. It was like a realistic Sonic thing, but I think he's done that in the movie, right, where he kind of burned through his shoes. I was going to try to do a similar kind of thing where like a realistic Sonic, he's running for a while and just kind of burns the rubber out of his shoes. But I think that's like a thing that actually happened. This would probably be a little bit better if you guys could hear this audio as I'm scrubbing through it, but what you gonna do? What's up, RMD? Red Marked Darkness. Thanks for joining. Yeah, 35th is better. Yeah, I'll just wait till next year. I would need like reminders, like an absurd amount of reminders leading up to next year's thing, and I would still probably not plan for it. Have Sonic for Hire has been canceled many times. Not. It was like once, kind of. No, I mean the first time when we were doing it for Machinima, it never got canceled. Like we did however many seasons, 7 seasons. And we just ended it there. So it was like they would have let us keep doing it, but we wanted to end it. And then it was like we were like done with it. It was fine. And then Machinima like folded, and we just moved on to like we moved on to Mortal Kombat and Barf and some other stuff from Machinima, and then Machinima folded, and that was kind of it. We were like, all right, that's fine. That kind of stuff just happens. And then when we did that season 8 for Rooster Teeth, that was like, if you want to consider that canceled, they just didn't want to do any more of it. We just did the 1 season of that. And then it was kind of just done. We were like, all right, we didn't own it. We didn't have like the rights to do any new episodes or whatever. And then I got the rights back from Rooster Teeth after they got sold and whatever 1,000 times over. So then now we're here doing season 9, taking forever to make it. So yeah, it was really like, I guess at the end of Rooster Teeth, it was just like, that was kind of it. The rolling Gizmo Galaxy is keeping me from beating Super Mario Galaxy. I haven't played the rolling Gizmo Galaxy. I need to just play more fucking video games, man. I don't know. My like window of video games is stuck in like an era that is way too old now. I listened to the podcast earlier, and I feel like I really need to see Explosion Jones. Is there any way we could find it? I don't know, man. For anybody wondering, we had a show called Explosion Jones a few years back, and it starred Michael Madsen, who passed away on Thursday. So we were talking about it a bit on the show. And it was a show that we did, me and Mike W. made for El Rey Network. Let me just see. El Rey Network, Explosion Jones. Episodes on... I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't really exist anywhere. No, just some trailers and shit. You're the creator. Sweet. We have a ton of questions to ask. Ask away, man. I'm just working. What's up, Sega Addict? Do Scarface Sonic? That'd be pretty good, man. I mean, he took over, like, you mean Scarface, like, drug kingpin stuff? Yeah, when he took over the mob, he could have been doing some drug kingpin type stuff, right? I can't remember when he took over the mob and shit, but that'd be good. Who's better, Kendrick Lamar or Drake? I like Kendrick Lamar. I never was really like a Drake fan. I grew up on like 80s, 90s hip hop, which I just prefer more than like newer stuff anyway. But for Kendrick or Drake, I'd prefer Kendrick. Sweet. All right, so I just need to lip sync this one, and it's done. I like where we ended up on it. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Doo-doo. It's a quote. Wait, what's that? Please call me David, DJs. You're the creator. Sweet. Oh, I'm so fucking stupid, man. I didn't realize, like, that's a quote from, yeah, I think that happened last stream too. I was saying, like, you just quoted something that we wrote in an episode and I didn't fucking remember what it was. that happens a lot. I think I talked about it on the stream a few weeks back. A lot of times, like when we'll write stuff, like for Sonic, we would write on a Monday, finish it that Friday, and then that would kind of be it. I'd watch it a ton of times during that week, but like after it's done, then we got to move to the next one, and I usually don't watch it again after that. So there's a ton of stuff that like we've written, or I've written, or I've like voiceovered or whatever, and I just don't remember it like 2 months later or whatever. It's just sort of like gone because you're just like jumping around and working on the next thing. So that's a perfect example. Like, you're the creator? Sweet. We have a ton of questions to ask you. I rewrote that and I didn't even recognize it. It'd be great to have a video of Sonic and Urkel, both voiced by Jaleel White. Oh, that'd be funny. I always forget that Jaleel White was Sonic for a bit. What do I know about Boogerman? That game, right? I don't think I know much about it. I think I played it before. Was that Sega? Or was that was Sega, right? Hey, look, it's Toe Jam and Earl. Yeah, Busted Chair and Garbage Bag. Hey, what's up, Busted Chair and Garbage Bag? I kind of miss good old Shuckle. He was the best character in the Pokemon Dorky Bits. Yeah, we brought him back. I mean, he exists in comic form now. We do like one a month. I say we, it's Justin, who streams a couple times a week here. He writes them. Like, I had the premise for it, and then Justin knows a ton more about Pokemon, so he writes them all. We kind of just talk about like where it might go, the story, but he's like off and running with it, and then he does like the awesome artwork and everything. Hey, Strasburg, thanks, man. I'll learn more about Rouge the Bat. Yo, dude, don't Shadow Milk. Get that shit out of here, dude. Don't do that stuff. Delete that, man. Deleting all of this. You're putting... Yeah, I'm gonna just do that. See ya. Don't do that shit. Is too much to ask how you guys buy out Dorkly? Yeah, so it was... This is Toastier Carp. I like the name. It's too much to ask how much did you guys buy out Dorkly? Technically, legally, can't say any number stuff. That's part of like the deals and stuff like that, where you can't get into any actual like numbers for that kind of thing. So it's more of just like the deal itself involved like what's changing hands, and like the way a lot of deals work is, you know, Dorkly was like, you know, 15 years plus or whatever of content. That's a lot of like investment on College Humor's side. So when deals like that kind of work, when somebody kind of takes over a back library of whether it's for YouTube or taking over an IP of whatever, and you're kind of like, you know, when it's like Disney and Marvel merge, there's all that extra shit that like needs to like, who owns that stuff now, that kind of thing. A lot of times it's either just like a big sum of money or whatever it is, and then in addition to that, there's like kind of like a revenue sharing thing. So like any future money that's made, percentages are like shared between the two groups, where like one gets like a larger chunk of that money than the other. So without getting into any details, like legally I can't, but that's kind of like how those deals are kind of structured. So it's done in a way where it was pretty painless. College Humor had done similar things with other properties before and other creators that really like they helped establish those things. And then when College Humor got sold off and whatever, and Sam took over, they had done a similar thing with other creators too. So it was kind of like we were able to use that same model. If I ever do meet Cliff, I will say all those things you wrote to Cliff in the Gears of War episode. That was so funny. That was like that's Cliff Bleszinski, right? Is that his name? Creator of Gears of War, which is one of my favorite games. And the guys at Machinima knew him and we were able to we wanted to kind of do something a little bit bigger for the last few episodes or whatever, for Sonic in season 7, and we were able to get him to record, and he was game for a lot of stuff, so that was fun. Zidiath? This is a great question. What's one video that may not have done very well metric wise that you were super excited to make? I mean, it's hit or miss with it, so many things. There's a ton of shit that I've made that I love, and it's just like crickets online, like nobody's into it, you know? One of the things that it just doesn't, there's a couple things. There's Kuki, the Kukijin, which we made at Lowbrow, co-produced with Octopi. It was a series that I developed. We made a pilot for it. I love that thing. That's probably maybe one of my favorite things. It just doesn't have a lot of views online, but all the people who see it really like it, so that's always nice. But for Dorkly, the thing I love, and it's not the right like format or whatever. Like nobody knows what the hell it is the it was last year, Resident Evil Secret Journal with the fish suit and stuff. That is like that's like my favorite thing, because that was all just a stupid joke that I had in my brain, that I just wanted to make, and I just kept making it bigger and bigger and bigger as it went on, and it doesn't make any fucking, it's just so dumb. The whole premise is just like, you know, I love Resident Evil, and there's like all those journals and you're unfolding the story a little bit and stuff, but I wanted to just get like a subtle detail in there that just sort of like sends Jill on a tangent and is just distracting her all along. So just coming up with the idea of like the fish suit and what that is and what it even means, and like she doesn't know and she's just obsessed with finding it. And it was so much fun to make because I was just sort of like reverse engineering scenes from footage, in-game footage that I could like, that seemed to fit. And so every time I found a different like piece of footage, I was like, oh, it'd be fun if we did this sort of thing. And between AJ and Sal and Joe Gaudette, who is the voice of the narrator, there's like so many stupid fucking things in there that just make me laugh so much. And like the views are really low on YouTube, but I love that one so much. Yeah, I got rid of them. Real Flute, thanks. They got banned for that. How's the project of collating all the old Dorkly comics on a website going? I'm supposed to get, so we're making a Dorkly website. It'll probably be like dorklybits.com, some iteration of that, because dorkly.com just leads to our YouTube channel. So going through like the Wayback Machine, been slowly grabbing all the old comics from the in-house team, the in-house Dorkly team, because the Dorkly former owners didn't really archive anything properly. And so when we took over everything, I asked them for like the comics, and they're like, we don't really have like an organized thing for it. I was like, all right, that's all right. So the plan for that, we've been slowly grabbing all this stuff. And sorry, I just want to make sure that Sonic's in the same spot here. A little bit lower. So what was I saying? Oh, so we're making a website to showcase all the old Dorkly comics, get like an archive up and going for that. It'll also be a spot where, you know, we'll put like the videos and everything each week. And ideally, I would love to add in like a little bit of additional context behind the videos, some like, you know, script stuff or whatever kind of extra details, so people are like incentivized to go check out the website. So it's been slow going, but I should be getting like a rough framework of the website itself this upcoming week. I work with an agency on a number of things, and they're handling that shit. It's just like a little bit slow. So that's hopefully we can get that going soon, because that'd be super fun. It'd be great to just get all that stuff back online so people can actually find like one spot and easily go through and look at some of these old comics and stuff. Tried to grab all the ones that are like still relevant as much as possible, or like evergreen. You know, some are like about a certain, you know, like game or console launch or something like that, and it's like a very specific joke that happened in the news that week and it doesn't make any sense anymore, that kind of shit. So those ones probably won't be on there, but that sort of thing. Metal Sonic Neo, calculation complete. Tell my wife Miku I respect her. I don't know what these wonder what the legality of the co-produced Toei and Marvel shows from the 70s and 80s. I don't know, man. Those things get there's so many like hoops to jump through, and everybody's needs to like make sure that they get represented in deals and stuff like that. That shit must take forever. Do I play Sonic Racing? No, I don't. Like any like the 3D games and stuff, I was sort of like phased out of that or whatever. Like I wasn't gaming anymore at that point, or like I was just doing other stuff or playing different games. So I missed out on a lot of that stuff. The episode I remember the most is the eggplant episode from Sonic, when he's playing Kid Icarus. I played that game a lot, oddly a lot. That was a lot of fun. I think it was a lot of fun. All right, so now I'm just going through the next scene for this. It's kind of just like a little bit of tedious stuff here. It's just getting different expressions. I took out the lip sync. Right now I'm just kind of moving where blinks are going to be. I just wear this when I bang the janitor's wife. This is the line that I'm animating. The janitor's widow, sorry. So this is the line, and then he does his... where is that shit? I may have deleted that by accident. Shit. Let me close that and reopen. Law 21. Yeah, this is the next episode of Sonic. It's animated in bits and pieces right now. There we go. We've been reusing this animation a lot. So fucking stupid. Yeah, this is the next episode. I'm just kind of like, it's partially animated, bits and pieces. I'm just kind of going through and cleaning stuff up. So this is just Sonic here. Not crazy about this framing. Did they use the camera? Sweet. Something like that. It's a little better. Let's see. Let me catch on this stuff. Step on me, mommy. What? Thero, what are you talking about? LV101. Hi, baby. How much credit card debt is Sonic in? Sonic would be in man, I don't know. I feel like it would be a shitload of credit card debt, but he's just completely delinquent he has no plans of like paying any of it back. He doesn't have the physical card anymore, the number, whatever. So like it's just completely gone for him as far as he's concerned. You know what I mean? So like it would probably be like hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card debt, but he's just completely left all that shit behind, like several times over. And then that would be it. So then like he would probably just try to get another credit card, get denied, and then like borrow money from Knuckles or something. Gonna dunk on Jurassic World Rebirth for possibly killing the franchise in a short. Man, once you said that, like we had a thing. Fuck. Again, I miss out on like opportunities like this. I had something in mind. Me and Nick, who helps Nick Mundy, like last year, we were like, all right, just remember, like we knew the Jurassic Park movie was coming out. I completely fucking forgot. God damn it. Too much shit going on. We had an idea for a short where it was going to be the from the original Jurassic Park, like the DNA dude, the animated one. It was going to be like a 2D one with the DNA guy. Fuck, I don't think we really fleshed out what that script was going to be, but we wanted to do it so that it timed out with the release of this latest movie. But I totally fucking forgot. That's way too late. I mean, it would be like 2 months to produce and whatever and get that thing out, and everybody would be like, who gives a shit about Jurassic Park anymore? I'm guessing it stunk. I don't remember. I didn't really see any reviews of it or anything. Which is it's just a shame. I mean, aside from like the first one, I really did not like the second one. The third one got trashed, but like I liked some of the action in that one, the third one. And then the new ones, I didn't even see the latest few because I just lost interest. But remember when Kevin met Donald Trump? Yes, in New York City. Yeah, Killer B90. There's in like the original olddorkly.com years ago. At this point, it's probably like 15 years ago. Sorry, something's itching my nose. There was like weekly or daily comics from the in-house team, and then I think they licensed some comics from some comic creators as well. So they there's a ton. There's like years and years and years of like unarchived stuff that I have to like figure out and shit. Hey, I never remember how to pronounce your name. Gayat. I know I'm a totally broken record at this point, but full CU Blu-ray possible? I don't know. I doubt it. I don't even know. I would have to reach out to like the guys that did our DVDs. I don't even know because they don't do that stuff anymore. Those guys were fucking hilarious though. The guys that made that stuff. I still kind of keep in contact with some of them every once in a while. It's been a couple years, but like that would be a big challenge, I think, because I don't even know where to start with it. And like I would be amazed if they had the menu, however the fuck you make a DVD. But I would be like blown away if they still had that stuff. I used to, for those who don't know, for college university, we did two different DVDs, 3 actually. Season 1, which was like, I don't know, the first 7 episodes or something like that. And then season 2, which was 2 discs that had more shit on there. So we did 2 separate self-produced DVDs, and then we sold them through our website, collegeuniv.com. I would hand pack all of those things, and we sold a lot of them. It was over 5,000 of them, I think, at the time, or something like that, which was a long ass time ago. But I had a regular job back then. I'm just looking at the DVDs on my wall. I had a job back then, regular job, and here, let me see if I can. I was trying to do something fancy. I was going to switch my camera out. Edit mic settings. Yeah, whatever. I was going to take another camera and spin it around so you could see my other wall, but I have like the DVDs up on a wall. So I would like hand pack those things at my old job. And then I'd like walk them down to the post office like every couple days and drop all that shit off. It was a lot of work, but it was awesome to like. That was crazy. Kind of forgot about that shit. I want a Japanese Spider-Man in a Spider-Verse movie. I don't know. Are they going to make any more of those things? Because that latest one is delayed indefinitely, and Sony's not doing any more like Marvel or Spider-Man adjacent stuff, right? I feel like they're just gonna sell Spider-Man fully to Marvel or something at this point. K6, I'm like behind here. K63292, what's up? Thanks for subbing in. I think one of your real or fake quizzes for the podcast could be extended Sonic game characters. Somewhere like the equivalent of Manic Mailman. That'd be good. I know. I got to do more quizzes and like video game interviews and shit. We've gotten away from that just because like I've been slammed with stuff. Sonic outruns the debt collectors. He just zips to a different world. Hey, Satan's Pawn. Yeah, this is episode 10 here. I'm just prepping stuff. And then the last time we did Resident Evil had the big vampire lady. Yeah, Lady Dimitrescu, I think. I love Resident Evil. I haven't played an actual like Resident Evil game in forever, but I just love that whole world. All right, so I got that. I wish you guys could hear the audio coming from here, because it's very stupid. I just wear when I bang the dead janitor's widow. Ba 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 boom. When you get Mike W recording for Sonic and he gets like energetic in recording, it's fucking hilarious. He just goes off on things. That's why we end a lot of the episodes with like outtakes and stuff, because there's so many parts where I'll just let him go and just like we usually do like 3 takes per line or whatever or more as it's needed. And whenever there's like a bigger, funnier, goofier thing, like moment in here, Mike goes all in on it. It kills me every time. So right now I'm trying to match up this loop here with this audio here. That works pretty good. Oh, this episode's stupid. Did I learn there's more than 2 Jurassic Worlds? Hey, Zachary, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. Post stuff in the server about the new one. Ethereal, what, on Discord? For those hanging out too, ideally, like when we launched the website that I was talking about earlier, we're going to open up the Discord to the public so everybody can kind of hang out. Ideally, that'd be fun. I saw the Police Academy stuff they were posting on there. Sonic Adventure is a great start if you didn't play Sonic in 3D. Sonic Adventure, I think that was the last one I played. That was like that was the 3D one, right? I think that was like the last one I tried to play. I don't really remember much about it though, but I think I'm pretty sure I played it though. I've been itching for some new to me webcomics. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton. Like they're all old. A lot of them are evergreen, where like they still make sense. You know, some of them are more about generic kind of gaming stuff, so it's still like relevant. But yeah, we'll get those up there soon enough, for sure. Forgot to ask last time, but Mike, have you got your pickling done yet for this year's Thanksgiving Christmas New Day year? I'm behind on my pickling, my pickled turkey cubes. It's tough, man. I'm vegetarian, so like, I like pickling a full turkey cube, but it'll go to waste because like my wife and I don't eat it, so you got to try and sell that to your family. like pawn that off on your family, and it's a very acquired taste. So. For anybody who's wondering what the hell that is, it's an old college university reference. We used to do these like holiday shorts, and we did a Thanksgiving one. Did I ever read any of the old Sonic Sprite webcomics that people used to make back in the day? Did you ever read any of those? No, I don't. I don't know. I haven't though. Got it. Okay, I added like an A in there. Got it. Thank you. Thank you for the phonetic spelling. No, I haven't read any of those. Were they any good? Sonic for Hire on VHS, when? Yeah, let's do it. I feel like that would be an easier path for me. I got to find a VHS player. I got to find actually something I got to do this week. We were talking about on the podcast, but Nick, you would know because, or if you watch like I was trying to find some Gravity Falls stuff. We're going to talk about Gravity Falls coming up. And when we were in development with Disney for a couple of years, it was around the time when Gravity Falls was kind of first coming out. And there's this CD on here. Let me see if I can just get myself larger on here. So this is a Gravity Falls pilot on CD. This is from October 2010. But I also have this, we'll talk about it more when we talk about Gravity Falls, but this big packet here of artwork and stuff. So like we had, quick backstory, like we had sold a show to Disney a bunch of years ago. And we were in development with them for like 2.5 years. And during that time, they gave us like a bunch of stuff. And at first, I thought this was like more of like a, we were putting together like a Bible for the show. It's like all the backstory of all that kind of stuff. And and they gave us this huge packet here, but this is more of an art packet. It's just fucking cool. It's hung onto it, but it's all this like early production art for Gravity Falls. So, and on here, I need to try and, I don't have a CD player. I have a DVD player at home I got to dig up, but I guess I'll connect it to my laptop or something like that and try to rip this CD off of there. Because I think that pilot is slightly different from, it's very close to the first episode of the series, but I think there's some different shit in there. I just can't quite remember. But I want to get that stuff so that like I can show it online or show it like scan it, whatever, digitize it so that I can like just share the screen rather than hold it up to the camera. I remember those DVDs, couldn't buy them since I was broke back then. I still have like a box. I have a box here of like maybe, I don't know, there's maybe like 20 or 30 of each season left, I think. Maybe less, I don't know. But they're still kicking around. What's up, Samuel? Kind of cool to see the face behind the voice. That's me. Oh yeah, let me get my face off of there. There you go. All right, so I am just like, bang, boom. All right, so there's like an extra thing here I don't need. Clear. There we go. And you can go there. All right, so I think that works. Oh, this is a longer shot than what I thought. Now when Luigi comes in, setting the stage. All right, let's see. Let's catch up with some comments here. Yeah, we signed all those DVDs, put them back, like took them out of the sleeve, put them back in the sleeve. That was a whole production, man. Midra the Monk made a fan-made Final Fantasy TTRPG. could be asking him if he wants to be interviewed. Mildra the Monk? I'm gonna write that down, or I'm gonna take a screenshot. At Juice World. What's up, Russian 69? How's Cash Explosion going? I think the app got rejected by Apple, so it's dead in the water. I think it was like what was that one? Flappy Bird. So Tails like had like a breakdown, and he was like, "I'm taking it offline," and they tried to bring it back, and they're like, "Nobody wants this stupid game anymore." Tails, we need to make a Cash Explosion theme park. It's just golden showers everywhere. Gross. Ethereal Dragon, grow up. All my passwords are the same. Hello, what's up? You did find a furry. I love how you guys do Earthworm Jim. Yeah, Earthworm Jim has been that's Alex's voice. He's an underutilized character. There's a really funny thing that we've been doing over the past like few episodes or whatever of Sonic. Just subtly, Alex is Jewish, and just making Earthworm Jim Jewish is just like a specific funny thing that we've been doing, and it doesn't really add up to anything. It's just like a funny little backstory for him. For some reason, he's been just peppering some like Meshuggah and that kind of stuff in there. Holy shit, is that a KFK plushie in the third shelf down? It is. It when we did it was a gift from Mondo. When we KFK, I had to sell KFK to Mondo back whenever we made that KFK's Illustrated Adventures. Part of that deal was like they needed to own the character, and that was College University. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with Kung Fu Carl. Nobody wants that. So I had to sell the premise of Kung Fu Carl's animated adventures to Mondo, and then we made like 30 episodes or something. We made way more than what I remember. And this was when Google was just giving companies a shitload of money, like, hey, make stuff and put it on YouTube. So Mondo got a ton of money. They commissioned a whole bunch of episodes. And as a gift, they gave everybody, they hired like somebody from Etsy, I think, to make plushies. So that's like a one of a kind, a one-off of Kung Fu Carl. He's got to get a sick new frame for his Dominic Wilkins. Yeah, I know. I just grabbed it from, so I'm just keeping this, I keep answering questions and I keep forgetting to actually animate. Yeah, I just grabbed it from one of the earlier episodes. He's only got the one frame. He's not going to change it around. There was a cool song written by Neil, I don't know how to pronounce that, Lemon Demon, called It's Gonna Get Weird, which was going to be used in Gravity Falls, but it didn't make the final cut, unfortunately. I love that. I've been rewatching it the past couple days. I forget how much I love the theme song, or just the music. Be yellow dyed water, so I'm getting super jealous. My favorite Earthworm Jim moment is season 5 when he gets thrown in the hot tub. Don't put me in the boner water. It's in my mouth. Poor Earthworm Jim. All right, let's see. So here we go. Let me get rid of all this extra stuff on here. Animatic, don't need. Additional reference there, don't need. Cool. All right, so here's something that's wrong. Sonic is looking up way too early. You can really just do it here. He does it do it there. Okay. Get rid of that key. Clear. Cool. Only rules for these animations I've seen is no war crimes. Have there been war crimes? I feel like we've probably done some war crime stuff. Possibly. Pretty fast and loose with the rules. Let me push this back a little more like this. Let me do that and this and this and make this a blink. There we go. All right, that works. Now let's see what Luigi's talking about. All right, so I keep running the same thing here. Nobody's got any real facial expression, so that's what I'm doing here. So Luigi comes in, he's serious, he's pissed. So once he gets to here, where's Luigi at? Yo, where Luigi at? Here we go. All right. Ba-da-doom, ba-da-doom. Yeah, Sonic on Ice Head. Still can't get over how Kung Fu Carl was ripped off for that Sensei guy. I forget about that. I know we talked about that a few weeks ago too. Like, I forget that happened. That's weird and effed up. Kind of weird. But at the same time too, it's like, I don't know, this dumb character that I made gets used by for something else. You know, we got 0 credit for it or whatever. But it's a weird thing. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, what was it, Regular Show? Apparently Regular Show kind of ripped off Kung Fu Carl. There's like a sensei guy. If you look it up, you know what Kung Fu Carl looks like. You'll see the similarities. But making Pikachu, yeah. Oh, Doug has done new Earthworm Jim comics. What's up, Garage Lights? What are we doing? I am animating, or not really animating. I'm kind of cleaning up some animation for the next episode of Sonic for Hire. A lot of this stuff has been animated. What I'm doing right now, the animator did a bunch of lip sync, but the way these rigs are set up, you got to get in some facial expressions and stuff. So he's just got this kind of blank look on here, so I got to switch all these things out. So that's a slightly serious face for Luigi. So I'm gonna just make sure that comes across in all this stuff. And then what I usually do here, you can see the audio, you can't hear it, but anytime there's like a little gap here, it's like a breath between sentences. So what I'll usually do, just to keep him a little bit active, or anybody active, is I'll just add a blink in here before the next line starts. It also kind of makes it a nice, easy transition to like change the expression too. So I can do wide. He doesn't have a ton of expressions here, Luigi, so. And I'll probably just have him do. That. Let's see. I should rewatch all of Sonic for Hire to refresh my memory. Yeah, Dr. Thundersleeper, do it. Do it. Explain war crimes. War crimes, it's like I don't remember who it was. An example would be like bombing a apartment building. Like if there was like war and you knew there were civilians around or something, and one country just like fired missiles into like civilians, they're not part of, they're innocent bystanders. Like that's a war crime. Or like there's a dude who's he's like a nasty dictator from like 10 years ago. Like he did like chemical warfare, like anything with like chemical warfare, I think is considered a war crime, that kind of thing. This is fun talk, right, guys? Easy Sunday streaming, talking about war crimes, gassing your own people. But yeah, it's that kind of shit. Like war is terrible to begin with, but like heinous shit on top of that is like war crimes. There's like certain like rules of engagement or whatever it is. I'm gonna butcher that part, but like that kind of stuff where it's like that's too much even in war. That's like a war crime, and that's when like you go in front of like that's when like dictators and stuff get like taken down and killed and whatever. Luigi alive? Yeah, like nobody really dies in Sonic for Hire. I don't know if I have an angry expression here. It'd be good for like an angry one. I don't know if I have it. I don't, but maybe we'll make one. I don't really like the anger expressions, but let's see. So I'm going to take this half one and make angry. So now I can change this guy. So this is what the inside of all of our heads pretty much look like, right? We got like the expression here is just like a half eyelid and then a blinked version of that. So all I got to do to make this an angry eyebrow is just throw a couple like that, right? Now he looks mad now, ish. Right? So he's kind of threatening them right here. It just looks a little bit weird, but it's all right. It'll be all right. I'll probably switch that out later. Let's see. Okay, I like it. What happened with Mortal Kombat? I know he died in Sonic for Hire, but that show was hilarious. Mortal Kombat's coming back. We had like our original, like when it was just lowbrow, before we took over Dorkly, like on our Patreon, it's bringing back Sonic for Hire, bringing back Mortal Kombat. So season 2 of Mortal Kombat, season 9 of Sonic for Hire. So, but it was going to be like Sonic for Hire first, then we'll do Mortal Kombat. So that's still the plan. It's just the shit's taking forever. After taking over Dorkly, that eats up like 90% of my time outside of client work. So it just kind of pushed everything back. But we started writing or outlining 3 or 4 episodes for season 2 of Mortal Kombat. So those things, they just need to be like revisited and everything. We have like a bigger storyline, a story arc for it. We got to figure out some stuff for that. It's not really spoiling anything because it would happen in the first episode, but like the plot for this season 2 for Mortal Kombat is Morty had a girlfriend on Earth, in Earthrealm, before he got sucked in by the Clarkson. So we're gonna digitize somebody else to be Morty's girlfriend. She comes down, and there's like a big love triangle because Morty had a thing with Sonya Blade. And then it gets crazier and more ridiculous from there. So we're going to go through the whole same digitizing process that we did for Morty, which was Alex, and do that with another person. Originally it was going to be Julia, our production manager, which still could happen, but it's a little bit trickier to do now. Her schedule is very hectic, so it would be tricky for her to do that. But that's the plan for it, is to like have a second new character in there, bring them into that world and stuff. We had the cliffhanger season 1 where like the Street Fighter people come in. That would still play a big part in it as well. But yeah, it will happen. There's not really a timeline for it. It's going to happen after we're done with Sonic. Ever consider writing another story? Like making a different show and stuff? Not for a while. All my creative juice time, whatever, is put into Dorkly because we have to write so much stuff for it. But there's like bits and pieces of new kind of shows and stuff that are semi put together, but not really fully put together. What's happening here? Why are there 2 Sonics? Okay, that's just the old one. That's that. Okay, cool. If that's just that, I'm gonna get rid of you. Clean this up a little bit. All right, stick around for a sec. All right. Much better. Toaster Carp. Yeah, if I remember correctly, time got reset, so Luigi's alive, but Mario is dead. So, yes, that's technically all correct. Mario is dead in this season 9 because he just got killed. What's happening here? But, you know, anything's possible. Anything's possible in this world of Sonic for Hire. What is happening here? Why is this so janky? All right. There we go. All right. Let's see here. I have a pixel story of Pokemon Black and White I'm writing. Will you be interested? But I'll be interested if we get more stories. Yeah, I still need to do I still want to get to like 100. It's not my series, and I'm not a Pokemon person. I didn't play it growing up or anything, but I want to get to 100 literal Pokedex ones. I think we have like, I don't know, 20 something more to go at least. But I would like to get to 100 and then just officially end it there. But it would be like, it's going to take like, 2 more years to probably get those done because I don't do them all that often. And then just do like the one massive like Pokedex thing. I don't know. Burger that Sonic made for Eggman was a war crime. Yeah, that would qualify. I think that's more than fair. Okay, I think the last thing I want to do here, this last move here by Luigi, he's saying, you lose your head. So he does like that, like the cutthroat thing, but he's only moving at like 1 pixel. Right? It's not very effective. So, in this version of Luigi, the Sonic for Hire, I don't know when it really happened, but the Sonic for Hire version of Luigi is Caldwell Tanner, who was a longtime dorkly comic artist. He is not another D&D podcast. He does that stuff, and that's a massively popular podcast. That's a little bit better. Let me do it like. What if I did it like this? What if I did a little bit of that? Yeah, so it's a little bit more forceful that way. Right, so it's like head. Cool. 2 down. I just got to go through and like lip sync those, chipping away at this thing. How long have we been doing this? We got like another 30 minutes. Let's take some questions. Chitaro, hello. Thanks for stopping in. How long does an episode take? So these episodes are way longer. Like since we started doing like this season, I think the season before, they just stretched really long. Normal, like classic Sonic for Hire episodes that were like 90 seconds or so, we would do those in a week. Like we'd write them on a Monday, get it all ready for animation that same day, and then animate and be done by Friday. These are like 5 to 7 minutes, so they're like 5 or 6 times longer, at least. So these, if it was like all of that I was doing, this would probably take like a month to do, from like once the script is done, getting everybody recorded, editing all that audio down, all that kind of stuff. I'm much more picky with these in terms of like audio timing and getting some retakes done and those kind of things. Like put a radio play together, that's all the audio, play it through, and like if some jokes aren't really working, you do some pickups, which are just like alts for lines that you had written. Get that stuff together. That can take some time. And then it's, getting all the artwork set up, all the different scenes. You try to like simplify it as much as you can. So like, this whole time I've just been working in these 2 files, and it's just the same shots, really, the same setup. So you do it once and you can reuse it. And then we do other stuff like in the basketball court here. A lot of it takes place in the basketball court. So you set this up and you redo it that way. But like all that process of setting all that shit up can take like another week. If it's 5 minutes of animation at least, you kind of want to give everybody at least, pixel animation is a little bit easier to do, but like you want to give everybody at least like 2 to 3 weeks to do that stuff. So it's have enough time for like revisions and shit. And then, then I'll go through and kind of do the step that I'm doing now where I'm cleaning things up, nudging things around so it like kind of works how I'd like it to work. And then sound effects, music, that thing can be done in like a couple days. So like overall a month, 5 weeks, something like that. If it was like just fully focused on like, let's get this thing done, you could do it like that. And probably sooner. We've done stuff around that size like much quicker too. When are we going to see Gay Link and Margaret? I know, Gay Link again. That's a good question. He's kind of like, I don't know. He just wasn't part of it anymore. I think we really liked where he ended his storyline in at the end of season 7, and then we just never really brought him back again. I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know. Margarita. That is the epitome of Tales in that universe, where everyone is just trashing him, and he has no help, and everyone is an idiot except for him. Tails is an idiot too, but like everyone's an idiot. They're all excited about stuff. Tails is the only one trying to keep things on task. Like that is my favorite, like Tails. Like, oh, you idiots! Everyone's just dancing and spinning around and shit. Nice to see how you make the animations. That's cool. Cool. I'm glad you like it, man. This is I like doing this kind of stuff and like chatting with you guys and answering some questions and stuff. It's a nice like Sunday. I'm getting work done and like talking to, I was gonna say human beings. You guys are all human beings, but like we're not in the same room. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. If this was like a big Zoom call or something, that'd be different. Didn't Robot Chicken have a sketch where a mom thought Meowth was Jewish? I don't know. He's got a very, very specific voice. I don't know though. That sounds like a Robot Chicken thing for sure. Chitara, I love Dorkly vids. Thanks. Thank you. Maybe make him tilt his head forward a bit. Which part are you talking about, Garage Lights? You're talking about like the timing of when I'm answering stuff. Here, like head. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. Let's see if that works. Let's see. Head scene here. Clear. I like it. I like it. If that's what the part you're talking about. If there's something else, let me know. Let's see if I need 2. Ooh. Let me do it backwards. I think like quick and then back. No, that's wrong. Let me fix that. What I mean is like and then kind of ease into it. Yeah, I like it. Margaritas. Now that I'm thinking about it, any plans for Clocksuckers? No, unfortunately. There's times when like I always want to bring that back because it's such a fun. It was such a fun show to make. I was talking to a friend of mine several years ago about it because I wanted to bring it back, or I wanted to at least put a proper like pitch deck together and like pitch it and stuff. But at the time, he had a really good like question about the show. He's like, is there something that you can do in this world that isn't Rick and Morty? And that's like, reality bending and time travel. Like you can do, it's all that. Like Clocksuckers would just be sort of like a small part of what you could do in Rick and Morty. Like the humor and the sensibility and stuff like that, totally different. But like in terms of like selling a show, you're kind of selling a smaller version of Rick and Morty. Like, so that makes it a tough sell. That was at the time Rick and Morty's like at the height. Everything is Rick and Morty, that kind of thing. Wait, did somebody? I'm way behind here. Hey, K63292. Thanks so much, man. This is my first time to do this. Honestly, I like it. So cheer you up, Mr. Mike. On your question from weeks ago, the project I'm doing is in Blender software. Oh shit! It's in Blender and it's ready to watch. Where can we watch it? Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Catching up here. Sorry, guys. So yeah, that's kind of where it left off at the time, but and it was a valid point at the time. I think it's different now, you know. It's also too like we would be making it. I wouldn't be making it for TV. I would be making it for us, you know. So it'd be very different. I think right now I'm like stretched too thin where it wouldn't. It would just take forever to do. I would need like a proper production budget and plan and bigger support team and stuff, guys, to help me out with whatever kind of stuff. That I think it would just like kind of take long. But I still love that show, and it's not like it's something that's just gone forever. I'd still love to make Barf too. Barf was like an easier show to make, and it's extremely fucking dumb, which is right up my alley. War crimes, let's go. Just got back from ad. What was that about a war crime? What? Nobody said anything about war crimes. Geneva suggestions. This week in war crime history. Yeah. Let's get some chat. Let's get some. What's your favorite war crime? I'm kidding. Let's not talk about war crimes. Tora, I'm Korean. Can I speak with Korean? You can. I don't speak Korean, so I don't know if anyone else here does as well, but feel free. I'm half Japanese and I don't speak Japanese, and I maybe can recognize just a couple kanji, but that's all I got. So I would be zero help. You guys should do more multiverse Sonic stuff for next season. You bring back Sonic Mania, yeah. Have Thunderhead Sonic and Nintendo Sonic. Yeah, I mean, it's wide open. You could literally, you don't even have to explain it all that much. Like, you could just like a portal opens. I mean, we do it in the first episode of this season that we have to bring back, is where Old Man Sonic comes in and gives Tails that warning. Like, that'll come back at the end of this season. That was fucking like 7 years ago or whatever the hell when we started this season. But yeah, there, like, that's what the fun is about Sonic for Hire, is like, no, backstory is just wasted time. That's true. It takes a lot of process to have it finished. After all, it can't be rushed. Yeah, animation takes time, man. You try to. There's ways to make it quick and stuff, and make it easy for you, which is still fine too. But like, you know, any kind of like bigger project thing, that shit takes a long time to do. I think AJ should be Morty's girlfriend. I know. Yeah, it's such a fun thing. Like, let me see if I can find it. Sorry, it's just like I'm like stuck on this one thing. Let me see if I can find it. I'll share the screen. I think I shared it a long time ago on somewhere, maybe on our Patreon. With the original Morty sprites that we did. I still have it. Like, we made like a legit sprite sheet and stuff. I wonder, I should talk to like Spreader's Resource and see if they would even want that on there. What was it? No, Machinima. I'm on my server right now, just going through decades of old stuff here. Sprites. Oh my god. Here, let's see. All right, let me share it. Hang on a second. Where am I at? All right, let's share a different screen here. Stop screen. I'll bring that back in a minute. This is funnier. Share screen, window. Here we go. All right, so these are the Morty Kombat sprites sheets that we made. All right, these are all the different poses and stuff that we did. and pieced together. So there's some of these things here. So like that's his, this is his lame punch there. This is, I think his lame little kick and like a side kick, low kick, block 2. He's getting hit here. Another hit is where he gets hit in the balls. He gets hit low. We use this one a lot where he's like vomiting. Then he's like, hang on a second. And then he throws up again. This is another throw up one. This is him getting knocked over. Some of these ones, it was like, we just faked it, where had him do this pose, like kind of standing up, and we just rotate it as we need to. Him getting back up, dusting himself off. I don't know what this one, he gets kicked in the leg or something. He's hurt. This is the classic, like Mortal Kombat, dizzy, and just some random poses and stuff. I'm guessing this is where he's getting killed. Let's see. Oh, these are some of the fatalities that he would do. Like he took out like the paper cut, I think. So we had all this shit planned out, like some different moves, because here's just like piece of paper. He's just handing him. I don't know what that one was. I don't know what some of these things were. Like hand sanitizer? Yeah, that's hand sanitizer. We never used that. He's just cleaning off his hands. Holy shit. That's a funny one. I didn't even realize that was a thing. So here's how we animate him, right? Here's all the different pieces. See all the different arm poses and stuff, the different like forearms with some hand gestures, some more punches and stuff here, bigger punch, all the different heads with mouth. Like these were like, I think these were all drawn, I believe. I don't know, maybe not. He may have actually done these mouth shapes. And this looks kind of similar to the first one. Here's like a jump. Here's a jump. And just the walk. Here's like a sneaky walk, I think. I don't know. So fucking dumb. I love that. It took a while to like kind of get that to kind of digitize correctly. It was a lot of like getting the sizing right in Photoshop and like rezzing it down to make sure that because like when you bring it into Photoshop, it's like 1-to-1 pixels, so you can go in and like edit it pixel by pixel. So that was great. Will Mega Man return? He should. Mega Man dies at the end, probably not. It's a similar thing where like that's Chase's show, we would need a budget for it and stuff. Hey, Killer B90. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, I watched those tutorials you emailed me. They were pretty cool. Yeah, cool. I'm glad you liked them. Those were fun. We had those tutorials made to kind of help some of our junior animators kind of figure out how to animate and stuff, and also just kind of fit into the style of the show. Do you know Puyo Puyo? I do not. I do not know. Sticking around, just like Arnold told me when. Stick around. Did you guys watch Predator: Killer of Killers? That was fucking cool. At least a Proto Man make an appearance in Sonic for Hire. Proto Man, yeah, we should honestly. Like I played Mega Man when a lot of these are like games that resonated with me when I was playing when I was younger. So like I played Mega Man a lot, but I didn't play it a whole ton, not as much as Chase did. That's why he like loved Mega Man, wanted to make a show centered around it and stuff. So like I'm not as invested in the Mega Man character. I think that's why we don't make dorkly bits about him a lot, and like he wasn't in Sonic a lot either, because it just wasn't part of like my. And I think because I really enjoyed playing Mega Man, where like I couldn't find an angle to like make fun of him as much as like Sonic. It's just easier for whatever reason for me to like make fun of, and Earthworm Jim too and stuff. Embu Takam. Tyler the Melon Dragon. What do you say? Batukam Lois? I don't know what that means, but let me know. Yeah, he didn't only get into cons because of Mario. Anything is possible, like a talking rock that can time travel. Yeah. Is that the same chair that was a Toe Jam? Yep, it's Toe Jam and Earl. Assets here. We got them here, thrown in there. Little mini Easter eggs. Is Eggman sewage a war crime? Yeah, it should be. I love the video game agent skit where it transpires Luigi is a classically trained English actor. Yeah, I know. We keep wanting to bring back video game agent, and Kevin too. I'd like to bring back Kevin, which was Justin was the voice of Kevin, so that'd be easy enough. Easy enough. Can I speak Korean? I cannot speak Korean. No thong underwear? I should probably put some thong underwear in there, maybe hanging out the drawer. Let's see. It probably won't be pixel perfect, but let's see. I thought we had some on the bed before, right? We had some in there earlier this season, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly. Those pixels are big. Let's see. That might be why. All right. Thong's going to be tough. I don't think it's going to read well. Maybe it's a jockstrap. Sonic wear a jockstrap. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Getting hungry, and I got to go grocery shopping after this, so that's a bad combo. I'm going to pass on the jockstrap and thong. It's going to take a while to wait. Humans are overrated. I kind of agree. Are you ignoring me? No. Duke the Legend. What's up? I'm like zipping through questions here. Will Eggman ever switch to boxers? No, he's either like tighty whities or nothing. Does Parker know a second language? No, not really. I kind of learned Japanese when I was a kid, but not really anything. And I forgot all of it. And I kind of know Spanish, but no. I barely have a grasp on English. He's working. See, will miss posts. No. Rick and Morty. Yeah, that's unfortunately a good point. Yeah. I know. I was watching some recent Rick and Morty and stuff, and like some of it's hit and miss for sure. Will there be more Spider-Man videos? Yeah, I love Spider-Man and JJJ. I don't really have a premise in mind for the next one though. Unless, well, no, we did like the Sonyverse thing crashing. So I don't have a premise for another one, but I love those. They always do like okay in terms of like our dorkly views, but yeah. Do you know Ash from Pokemon anime? Personally, I do not know, but I am familiar with the character. Of course, Parker. I actually, Alex voices Peter Parker, and I voice JJJ. There should be a season where Tails just becomes really stupid and everyone else is really smart. That's a good idea. I kind of like that idea. Where he's just, I mean, it would kind of just be like, I don't know if we did something similar. No, not really. Where like Sonic and Tails kind of body swap kind of thing, right? We did a similar-ish kind of thing where it was like alternate timelines. But that would be funny, like everybody's smart and Tails is an idiot. I mean, it's kind of what's happening. Tails is really fucking annoying in this season. And he's not really smart. He's more of like just an annoying wet blanket in this season. But it'd be fun if he was just like dumb as shit. Hey, Elsai sir. I always forget how to pronounce your name correctly, man. Sorry. I know you explained it like several dozen times too. I'm sorry. Today's been insane at the office. On a Sunday? Crazy? That's no fun. Yes, I'm half Japanese. My mom is Japanese. She was born in Japan. But isn't AJ married? Yeah, AJ's married. To Dan. We went all out on a double date a couple weeks ago. It was fun. We saw Friendship. The movie's fucked up, and then we went and got dinner. It was fun. And Preg Greg, oh god, Morty needs a special attack to show off his great inner power. I know, do like a what are those, like animalities or whatever? Do something stupid like that. Like he becomes like a I don't know, fucking house cat or something. What is the best Japanese food? good question. My favorite thing, I wasn't a big seafood person, right? Japanese foods, a lot of fish stuff. Both my parents really like seafood. My brother and sister like seafood. I did not like it when I was a kid. So I didn't fully appreciate a lot of the stuff that was like, I'm a vegetarian now, so I don't fish anyway, but like, so any of like the fish stuff wasn't for me. But like, tonkatsu, like any like, it was just like breaded pork, like fried, on top of like white rice and some like sliced up like cabbage or whatever on top, man, with bulldog sauce. Fucking great. That was like my favorite thing, was like pork tonkatsu, or just onigiris, like the rice balls. I used to eat a lot. My mom used to make like just white rice. There would always be white rice, like constantly, just, in the rice cooker. But just like a bowl of white rice, and then she would just crack a raw egg in there and just mix it up, which sounds fucking gross, like if I did that now. But I love that. Like it was just like raw, but like the rice was warm, so we'd kind of cook it a little bit, and then just make it this weird kind of gooey, ricey textures. Really fucking good. That's a very awesome progress. There you go. Morty needs something really over the top for a finisher, like a flaming fart, a hairspray can, or something like that. I know that was super fun with the custom finisher moves. We had like the cubicle, the big calculator, paper cut. That was fun, man. We'd have to come up with like all new ones and stuff. So when is your when's your VTuber debut? We had an Eggman VTuber that we did. Travis did it for in Adobe Character Animator. So we did a couple episodes of how to with Eggman with it. But it was just like there in the corner because I had to like control that, improv as Eggman, and draw as Eggman. It was like a lot of shit, so I just forget that it was there. But it had like a couple like, it looks like him drawing on like a little tablet, and then you can get him to like blink, and it lip syncs and kind of follows my movement and shit. But like, I just would never do anything with it, so it was just there in the corner. I've only seen the original Predator and Prey. Those ones are the two best up until Killer of Killers came out, in my opinion. Video Game Agent, some of the best dorkly stuff. I agree. Super, super funny. All right, Nick. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Kevin's great. Eggman wearing thongs, and a thong should be a war crime. I can't believe Sonic gave up being a god to make more Sonic Mania. It was just like the tiniest bit of another Sonic getting some credit, and then that was enough to drive him insane. JJ makes Japanese Spider-Man. That's pretty good. Reality shattered by Mike not voicing Peter Parker. Yeah, that's just Alex's like regular voice. And then JJJ is really fun to voice too, because it's just super fast talker. I kind of have to yell talk it, but like it's shut up, Parker. Typing. Newspapers. I guess it's like a fun character to do. Printer jams. That sucks. Hey, if y'all are hiring voice actors and musical artists, I'd love to work with y'all. Send an email. Hey, Zephyr Wolf. Send an email to info. Go to like college, Jesus Christ. Go to Lowbrow Studios. You'll see like info@lowbrowstudios.com. So if you send an email there, send me like a demo reel and stuff. I'll definitely take a listen. Thinking of a new Megamind series. Elf. Wasn't there like I watched the movie, but I don't really know much about it beyond that. Hey, Pedro. Alive, neat. I'm pretty close here. All right, cool. Good idea. Glass Joe challenging Hitmonchan to a boxing match. I want to do more Tyson's Punch-Out stuff, because you got that whole cast of characters to play around with. We did that a little bit with King Hippo and one of the realistic ones. That was fun. Maurice is great. I don't think I know what that is. What about a Luigi series? That would be good too. I kind of want to do something with like Wario or Waluigi, A Luigi one would be good. I like the idea of getting away from. I mean, we do it in this season of Sonic though, where he's just like an idiot, and we've done it for years for Dorkly and for Sonic for Hire. But like moving away from that a little bit and kind of making him like a different type of character would be kind of fun. Could be all about him bringing back Mario for sure. Super Jack Jonty, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. We're kind of wrapping up here soon. It's been doing this for 2 hours now. It's been super fun though, hanging out, guys. Do this every Sunday. Ever bump into Johnny Ethko from Neebs Gaming? He did the Mad Mario and Prost. No, I'm familiar with Neebs Gaming, but I've never met him. I feel like I haven't met a lot of people. A lot of my interaction is like emails or collabs on like a client side kind of thing, but like other creators, YouTube, whatnot, like I feel like I haven't really connected with a lot of people. It'd be fun too though. More Punch Out with Rule versus that Japanese rice omelet thing. Oh yeah. It's like the kind of the sweet omelet, sweet egg. I'm like hit or miss on those. I like those. I used to not like those. Like the sweet. I don't know if we're talking about the exact same thing, but I think you're talking about the one like the egg over the rice, right? I don't think I've had that specific thing, but like my mom would make these like kind of sweet egg, kind of omelet things. I don't really know what was making them so sweet, but I used to not like those, but I had those recently, and I was like, oh, okay, these are actually kind of better than what I thought. Similar to my earlier question, what is a video you didn't? Oh, sorry, let's see, got bumped. Similar to the earlier question, what's a video you didn't have high hopes for, but ultimately did very well? That one was the fake game ads, where it really hit a nerve with people because I think everybody was pissed off about those. It's those ones where it's like the weird art style, like the big head, and it's like a warrior with like a big, sexy, weird, kind of gross demon lady at the same time, right? And like they would just play them. It was just everywhere on like Twitter and whatever, and YouTube and shit. And I guess like the actual game doesn't look anything like the ads, that kind of thing. But you see those everywhere, and that was co-written with me and Ben Joseph, and we both had the same idea for it. We kind of each pitched it to each other, and like I loved that idea, but I was just like, I don't think I definitely didn't fully realize how much everybody hated those videos. So then when we posted it, I was like, this will do well. I don't think it'll do anything crazy. And then it just blew up. I was like, holy shit. So that's why we did like 2 more of them. And then now I feel like I don't see those anymore, right? They've kind of just like on their own volition to sort of like run out of steam or popularity. So if they were still like annoying, we'd probably do more, but I feel like we've run its course on those things. I want to see Sonic beat the shit out of Mickey Mouse. Make a joke about live action remakes there somewhere. It's funny you bring that up. I had an idea for using the Lion King game and then putting like a realistic lion head on it. And so that's what so they remake the Lion King game and just use like a real Sonic or use a real lion head on the video game sprite, and that's like the remake for them. And Steamboat Willie is public domain. That's true. That is true. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Something beat up Mickey Mouse. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Was a upcoming Dorkly bit about Kingdom Hearts, with like a Disney adult gets like they have to battle like Disney adult, so it's all like the Disney characters from Kingdom Hearts fighting like an annoying Disney adult. Have Sonic beat up his inspiration, Goku. That's a tough battle. Oh man. All right, gang. I'm gonna take off. I love doing these things. This is super fun. Thanks everybody for stopping in and chatting. I thought about a Super Smash Bros. Series. Yeah. I know the previous Dorkly owners did a bunch, or did a couple there. I think Studio Joho did those, the guys who made Bluey. And I don't know how they made those. That was like a cool, weird setup. But anywho, thanks again, guys. I'll do this again next Sunday. I should be able to. Tune in during the week. Justin streams like twice a week. He usually will do drawing stuff or play video games, watch old retro commercials and shit. Super fun. He's a funny dude, so definitely come check it out. And all right, thanks again, guys. Appreciate it.